Luxurious Dubai, magnificent Abu Dhabi, gorgeous Doha, mysterious Mecca, impressive Kuwait City are fascinating millions of tourists every year, but not many know the ugly side of this beauty. Fancy and modern skyscrapers, clean and tidy hotel rooms, luxury and expensive stores are what we see. However, there are people who pay their health and freedom for it, literally. The migrant workers who build all this beauty come mostly from the poorest countries like India, Indonesia, Pakistan, Philippines, Bangladesh, Nepal. They come hoping to earn something due to being jobless back home, having hungry kids and sick parents. They have to live in small, stuffy, dirty rooms without AC in the heat, having no free healthcare, no insurance. On their first arrival day, their passports are being taken and the workers are being trapped. Then they find out that the salary is much lower than what they have been promised, from which they should also pay the agency fees. The working hours are long, and the working conditions are very poor. Sharon Burrow, the president of the International Trade Union Confederation, calls the situation modern slavery because the workers are tied to their contracts and have very limited labor rights. No one has dared to speak up. The workers are afraid to be deported and not to be able to pay back the huge agency fees. Others do not care. Only when construction work started on Saadiyat Island in Abu Dhabi to build branches of Guggenheim and Louvre museums, the artists started showing a concern and claimed they do not want their works to be in a place that was built against human rights. More than 130 artists have created a Gulf Labor Artist Coalition and started promoting a boycott pledge against low-paid labor of the workers who built Guggenheim Museum in Abu Dhabi, and the number of coalition is increasing every day. Saadiyat Island project in Abu Dhabi was announced in 2006. The name of the island ironically translates as happiness and includes Zayed National Museum, branches of Guggenheim and Louvre museums. Based on the Human Rights Watch report of 2009, that reveals dramatic conditions of the migrant workers on Saadiyat Island, the artists around the world have organized a boycott pledge demanding the protection of the rights of the workers and refusing cooperation with the Guggenheim. After the petition of 2011, there have been several protests in Guggenheim Museum in New York the following years. They included rain of confetti that represents a dollar bill with Guggenheim Abu Dhabi on it, projection on the facade of the museum, and posters. The Gulf Labor Artists Coalition encouraged artists to express the protest in art. This is a poster by Dred Scott, and this is digital collage by Janet Coing, poster by Sam Durand, painting of Todd Ayung and Yelena Stoyanovich, poster by Camp. It provoked other artists, journalists, human rights activists speak up about the problem and reflect it in the art. Hitman Gurung, originally from Nepal, represents here a family who show their son's visa. He is ready to travel to the Middle East for work to help his old parents. Famous magazines and newspapers started writing about the subject. The Guardian published several articles devoted to migrant labor in the Gulf. National Geographic made a photo project, Far From Home, where migrant workers hold the pictures of their beloved ones. Molly Crabapple made illustrations for her article in The Vice, where she shares her experience of visiting Saadiyat Island. In 2012, BBC reporter Ben Anderson filmed a documentary of migrant workers in the UAE. Before 2011, the conditions of migrant workers in the Gulf countries have been rarely discussed. If the artist would not speak up, the subject would remain hidden. Under the pressure, The construction was stopped in 2014 until the first modern camp for workers have been built on Saadiyat Island. However, most of the workers that remained in the conditions they were before, on Saadiyat Island and in the rest of the Middle East. The protest could not shut Guggenheim construction works or raise the quality of work and living conditions of all the workers. The museum is still about to open this year and has already welcomed pre-opening exposition. But still, the Guggenheim petition and the protests have revealed the problem to the entire world and triggered the activists to fight for equal fair rights for the workers.